Crawford. But with that being said, I got a new producer holding it down today. There's something called the weekend recap that you see in there. I'm going to need you to go ahead and just hit that button. Make sure the hotkeys on and hit that button.
Truth Nation, we know you have a busy life and the weekend went by too fast. If you missed any of the headline stories, no worries. We got you covered on the top stories you may have missed. Tap in for the weekend recap on Truth to Power. Kyle, tell Truth Nation the biggest headlines they need to know.
Truth Nation, make sure again y'all watch and stream us live on YouTube. That's 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, as this is Truth to Power on the award-winning 1017 The Truth for myself, or you can also open up the 1017 The Truth app as well, and you can stream us live. I always ask folks to do that as well. But for the weekend recap, this is just a reminder that people have to be better. So the weekend recap that I have today is going to be a little bit different because it's going to start off the overall theme that I have for the show. We're going to continue this because I do have a question as usual for y'all, Truth Nation. Is, for me, the stories I'm going to share is wicked, and it shows the violence that we have in this country. See, what is happening in the U.S. is that we are losing our humanity. We are truly using our humanity, and we are, we're not seeing people as human beings. It's something that we always talk about, is not seeing our brother as our brother here in the community of Milwaukee when we see the killings that go on. But the things that I'm seeing is that we are seeing people as disposable beings, right? Where we can make a decision whether or not this person is here or not. And something most definitely has to change from that. And so, for me, when I want to start off of something that happened in Chicago. Now, there was a physical altercation between two women during a school drop-off in Chicago last week. And according to reporting witnesses, they claim that this woman was ambushed during a heated moment with her son's father and the son's father's girlfriend. Now, what ensued after this is the fact there was an argument, and they said that this woman, the baby mom, was put in a headlock by the father of her child, and somehow through all this in the headlock, somebody got a gun and shot this woman in front of a school. Remember, they're dropping their son off at school. She's dropping her son off at school. She ended up getting shot in the head. Shot in the head while dropping her son off to school, and allegedly the gunfire came from the girlfriend of the baby daddy. Now, according to Root, there was a handwritten note that this mother had written to her son that was placed in her son's lunchbox that morning before the shooting. And it was posted on social media. In the note, it said, "Fresh start. You can start off strong. Always remain yourself. You're the coolest, smartest, and funniest kid I know. I love you so much, and you make me so proud. Have a great day. Mommy loves you. Love, Mommy." Now, that is sad to know that this mother dropped her son off at school. The father comes. An argument ensues. The mother somehow allegedly gets put in a headlock, and then the girlfriend of the baby daddy shoots this woman in the head, all in front of a school. And so this is so sad, and we should have so much outrage and try to figure out what happened. And nobody's in custody right now. And I just am so confused about the anger and animosity and tension that we have in this country, where you can argue with somebody in front of a school where you drop off your kid. Do we understand how unhealthy it is to send a kid to school coming from arguments? But then on top of that, we send a kid to school and you arguing in front of a school, and you shoot and kill somebody outside of a school where guns aren't even allowed on the premises. We have a problem here in America, and that's going to be the theme that we talk about today. Because this man no longer has the mother of his child on earth, and this man's son no longer has his mother on earth. We need to learn that violence is not the answer, and killing somebody is not the answer. This is a travesty on all levels. Now, to continue on with this theme of what in the hell is going on in this world, is that a man in Dallas, Texas is accused of using a machete to behead his boss in front of his family at the motel where they both work at. And this is according to reports and court documents. And what is crazy about this is the fact that this was all over something so simple and minute. This was all over a broken washing machine and the boss the boss talking to somebody and having them translate what he was trying to say to this employee that ended up losing his damn mind. And when I tell y'all this story, it's disgusting. And it again shows how evil people are in this world. And there's actually a video that shows this crazy attack. This crazed man attacking another human being with a machete can be seen on video. Matter of fact, my barber was talking about it this weekend when I was in a barber chair. And in this video, you will see a hotel manager, the hotel manager running away from the victim, right? He's running away from the victim towards the parking lot, the motel's front office. He's running. And why is he running and screaming? It's because he's being chased with a man with a machete. He's being chased with a man with a machete over a dang washing machine in the way that somebody was having something translated. And to make matters even worse, Truth Nation, the victim's wife and son walked out to try to intervene and stop this from happening. But when the wife and son tried to intervene, the perpetrator pushed the wife to the side and continued to attack the victim, decapitating his head. Yes, decapitating his head. And after he decapitated his head with a machete, he kicked the head. And then he picked the head up and threw it in a garbage. Do y'all understand how insane someone has to be? What is happening in this world? And so why I bring these stories up is because I want to examine that in both of these instances, there was a social media aspect to it. And this is all around the same time that we had the social media incident of Charlie Kirk being murdered for everybody to see. This is also during the same time where Luigi Mangione, the individual that killed the CEO of United Healthcare, is getting ready to go on trial tomorrow. See, I want to examine that between these senseless acts of violence and the things that we continue to see, where is the overall morale of this country? Because it has to be at an all-time low. And what's crazy about this nonsense happening in the world, this senseless violence, there are some people that find this funny, and there are some people who are lauding this. When I Google, and you can Google yourself, I Google, when is Luigi Mangione's court date? And one of the things that popped up as something that people have looked up is, how do I write Luigi Mangione, somebody who killed and murdered a CEO of United Healthcare? How do I write him a letter? That is problematic. It is extremely problematic that we have people lauding, fawning, and cheering for a man who murdered somebody on camera. You can see it again on camera. You have the Kirk shooting that occurred last week, where people who cheered and celebrated this, and listen, I care about the pain and suffering and the struggle of folks who deal with United Healthcare and what they have caused. I understand. I feel you. But you cannot kill somebody because of that. And I think Charlie Kirk was an opportunist. I think he was a poor man. I think he used hate speech and racism to enrage people and make people angry as a means to make money. But getting killed ain't it. So 833-212-1017, what has happened to our society, Truth Nation? When did we become so desensitized to all the gross and gory behavior and content out here? When did it become the norm to see murder videos? I just gave y'all 4 examples in the last less than 12 months, literally in the last 9 months. I just gave you 4 examples where you can watch someone get murdered. Whether it's the CEO getting shot in the back of the head or in the back, whether it's Charlie Kirk getting shot, and you've seen it on social media, whether it is the fight and disruption that happened outside of the school that you can see some stuff on social media, or whether it is a video of this man chasing somebody with a machete and chopping off his head in public. How do we have so much access to this? This has become normal. And kids can see this. 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talking text line. When we come back, I want to examine all of this, but I want to hear from y'all because I'm getting to the point that even myself, I got to turn the social media off. That I don't want to see all this stuff. These heinous crimes, these gory crimes. At what point did our country get to this where we're so willing and open to seeing these awful, terrible images? Again, 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talking text line. What has happened to our society? I want to examine that and what this social media is doing to our minds and what it is doing to our children, what it is doing to our psyche. On the other side, it is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the